Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. All around the world, same song, oppression and hate. But all around the world, it's going to be love. It's going to be love. And my brother, my dear brother, Shock G, me and my grandbaby danced to that same song. I love that. That's my favorite. And I love the video. I just got done watching it and thinking on him. And the spirits are not resting. He's growing now. Now he's on the side. Now he can see what's going on. He can see what we're doing. He can see that there's a movement by God and we are actually growing. Because see what happens to these celebrities. They die of broken hearts. They honestly, it is really hard. It would be really difficult for any of us to be in their position and to look and see what's going on with the rest of us all over the world and just go on and be happy. See, that's why, they become entangled in the spiritual warfare. They get entangled in it. They do, because I'm going to tell you something. Money don't solve your problems. You can have all the money in the world, honey. Money don't solve your problems. Money ain't the end of it. That's why people sit up and think, boy, if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't have no problem. That's not true. A lot of celebrities have problems. They all have problems. Everybody got problems. We all are getting this evil is going around, counting us up for slaughter. All of us, it wants us all. Evil counts us up for slaughter. Evil wants to run the world. Evil wants to take over. But God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. We are moving forward with the Grow movement. I'm going to tell you something. I can't even keep up with all the evil that's going on. I'm telling you, it's so much that you can sit there and watch the news, and the news will completely depress you, because I get the information that I need to get. I do. I get what I need to get. I don't need to sit and fill my head up with news all day long, and depressing stuff, that's going to further pull me down into the oppression that I'm already in. That's going to further take me on down to depression. See, that's the next step of the spiritual warfare, is depression. Once you get to depression, then you just about out the door, because depression going to take you over and take you out. Anyone who has ever suffered with depression, I've suffered with it all my life. Depression will take you out of here. It won't be no more you. I'm telling you. And it don't matter what money that you got. It don't matter what you got in the bank. Look at Mr. Robin Williams. We can look at a whole lot of celebrities. It don't matter what you got in the bank. You get caught up in that spiritual warfare, and there you go. And God is going to get you. And, if you ain't got God on your side, honey, that's what's going to keep you safe. That's what's going to keep you above, having that peace and joy and happiness within first. Because, see, when you go out looking for it in people, they let you down. They let you down all the time. And then you wonder, wow, I didn't know they were going to do me like that. I thought they loved me. I thought this, because you got to love you first. Because, see, once you love you first, anybody else that come in after that, they add to that. They're not supposed to take that away. See, this is what I got, the cart before the horse. I never understood all this. That's why I was going through broken relationships, messed up stuff, and didn't even know how to love me. And so in the process of not knowing how to love me, I'm seeking love in the wrong places. Therefore, and then that right there, along with that, my family members seeing a lot of that happening with me. That pushed them on the way, along with the spiritual warfare. Because this last one made sure wasn't nobody around. I'm telling you, that's what a narcissist does. They start attacking people around you, and there it go. And bring you into the argument and different stuff, and it's just a mess. It is. And it was a, oh my gosh, it was a plot from the beginning. I didn't even know. I'm just trusting, because see, that's how I always was. My mother told me this. She said, when I was a baby, she said it used to worry her so much. She said, when I was a baby, I'd go to anybody. And I just trust you. That's how I am. I just trust you until you show me something different. And I'm like, wow, really? You had to do that? You know, you had to say that, you had to act like that, really? You know, but that's how we got to get in God. We got to get a better way in God. You know, we just got to start doing each other better. You know, we really do. It's a journey. It's been a journey. It really has. You know, I don't even look like how I used to look. Even, you know, back then when I thought I was happy, really had it going on. Honey, I don't look like I look now. I'm really happy. I'm really at peace. You know, I got joy. You know, joy down in my heart. Yes, I do. Down in my heart. Yeah, I'm telling you, the beloved ancestors, they're not asleep, honey. They ain't resting in sleep while the evil is up doing. You know, it took me to go in that haunted house and stay up in there, you know, with the coronavirus outside lurking. So I had to be in there. I couldn't leave, couldn't go nowhere, you know, and then if I leave anywhere and wasn't in the house, I'm out cheating. So I had to be in the house. You know, I had to be there. I was scared in there. So, you know, God had to show up and show out. And God did, honey. God showed up for me because, look, had it not been for God, had it not been for my faith and belief and trust in God all my life, I always knew it was a God, honey, because I'm telling you, when she first spoke to me, and it's not just one spirit, what you think, Jesus. It's not, Jesus is the Holy Spirit, but it's more than Jesus, honey. When she first spoke to me, I'm in the house. And that's for you who believe in Jesus. Everybody don't believe Jesus now. So, but when she spoke to me in the house, she said, don't be afraid. They only want you to know they're here. Because I was scared to death. It was the second day after I ran out the house with my shoes. And when she said that, you know, then I'm thinking, I couldn't have thought that. Where I know that from? You know, except that movie. You know, but that was a movie. You know, I ain't put two and two together. I ain't never know that. You know, I'm thinking that's just part of the movie. But anyway, that's what she said. And when she said that, then it was a woman speaking to me. And then she said some other stuff. You know, and then they really spoke to me on the 28th. When Chadwick Boseman died, I was really comforted. Then I knew that I ain't going crazy. Because, see, I used to think I was going crazy because I kept hearing voices. And then I go look stuff up and be true. And then I hear something else. Go look this up. It's true. And then they directed me where to look for videos, everything I need to know and confirmation, you know, and my research in my African history. Because, see, our history goes further back than the slave ship. It goes to Africa, honey. That's where we all came from. That's where life began, is in Africa. So you need to stop shunning the motherland. See, because the motherland is going to be all right. It's going to be taken care of. You know, we got babies over there that don't have food to eat. It's cold in Africa. Ain't no summer. What you think? Yo, you see the lions running around and all this and that, and you think it's summertime out. It ain't summer over there. It's winter over there. It's cold. They need coats, shoes, blankets, food. They need all of that. So we need to start helping in the motherland. We need to start lifting up over there, you know, and places where it's oppressed, you know, where we have the oppressed, you know, the oppressed are in your community, the oppressed in your family. You know, begin to pray it forward. Just begin to help, begin to be the change is what I'm saying. Because, see, I had to be the change in order to start talking. I had to, you know, when you see something, say something. And if you can, do something. Do something positive. You know, don't do nothing negative to make the situation worse, you know, because now we got a situation here, a terrible situation. Young lady that lost her life, you know, there go the police officer, you know, and some other situation. Not, you know, when it's a fight and something going on, we need to try to squash it. We really do. You know, instead of trying to instigate and be around and egg it on. Come on, people. We got to do better. You know, we got to do better, really. We got children looking at us. You know, we got youngsters growing up. Our children are the future. You know, they are tomorrow. And we got to take care of them today. You know, all around the world, we got to take care of the children. We got to take care of the oppressed. We have got to begin to lift. We have got to begin to rise as a people. No more are we going to be the status quo. No more are we going to be woe is me. No more are we going to be backbiting and fighting and getting at one another and scratching and digging and clawing at one another like crabs in a bucket. We ain't crabs in a bucket. Let's rise. Let's get up. Come on now, shoulder to shoulder. We warriors. We are conquerors in God. Zechariah 4:6, by my spirit. That's what God said, by his spirit. So there you go. You don't have to be part of the spiritual warfare no more. You ain't got to be part of that. Get up out of that. Come on back this way, because we need you this way, see? Because look, the forces of evil, they standing shoulder to shoulder, honey. Here come Fox News. You know, I tried to watch Fox News. I tried. Honey, they took it and twisted it, and they turned it into a great big fat lie. And I'm like, wait a minute. It was only 5 minutes. I done watched this stuff. 5 minutes in. And they done took something and twisted it and turned it into a lie. You know, so I knew for a fact that these people, some here, that ain't right with Fox News. Some ain't right with them, honey. They part of a conduit of evil. That's what it is. And I'm telling you, just as the evil has joined forces, we are joining forces. No more is the evil going to take over this world, because we're getting ready to rise over the evil. We're not going to be a part of the spiritual warfare anymore, a part of the mess. Trying to tone it down a little bit, down in the mess. We're not going to be a part of that anymore, people. We got to do better, a better way of living, honey, a better way of living in God. We're going to rise in God, start thinking better about ourselves, start doing better. Stop smoking them cigarettes, honey, because I'm going to tell you something. They making them stronger and stronger where you hardly can't quit now. The cigarette's going to let you go. So you need to let them go before they let you go. You don't want cigarettes to let you go. You don't want nothing to let you go. You want to be able to let it go, because, see, we're supposed to stay here. We are born to be alive. We're supposed to stay here until transition, not until something take us out, until it's time to go out, until this body expires. Because, see, if you don't take care of it, it's going to expire even sooner. And then if you're part of the spiritual warfare, it's going to expire even sooner. It's going to be gone. You ain't going to have nobody. And then there you go. Your spirit got to go. It ain't at the cemetery. The spirit got to go. It's energy. It leaves. You can go down there and put flowers all day long. They ain't there, honey. I'm telling you what I know. They ain't there, And why you going to go down there and put flowers in the ground when you can give them flowers right now? Go over there and give her some flowers now and tell her what she mean to you. Go over there right now and tell him what he meant to you as you was growing up. Because, see, once they gone, they gone. They physically gone. Spiritually, they around, yes. But physically, they gone, honey. And the spirit world can see the physical world. They can see us. They can see us. Yes, they can. Honey, I've been in touch. I know what I'm talking about. I done started a movement that done went global out of a haunted house. And look at us now. We all the way in Panama, in Belgium, in Russia. We everywhere. We are global. We are steady growing, because we got to grow over the evil. We got to grow over the oppression. We got to rise. We can't be wallowing in woe is me. We can't just sit back and let the evil take over like it's been doing. See, we like sitting back and watching the evil rushing at us. It's rushing at us, honey, but we ducking and dodging with God. But I'm telling you something. If we rise up, see, we can rise up over the evil. Because one thing I found out, I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it with my own eyes, and I wouldn't tell you if I didn't see it. Evil has no power over God. Evil has no power over God, the Lord let me see it so I can tell you. Because when I told him I wasn't going to give him my soul and go back to fighting and clowning and acting a fool with him, when I told him that, he turned on his heel without another word and walked out the door. And that was it. Evil has no power, honey. I walk up in that house like I am, all power. Because God give us power. God give us that strength. By his spirit, honey, we walk in power. Nothing defeats us. Nothing takes us out. Like it's taking out our kings and queens out of here. Nothing. This evil, we got to rise up against this evil, honey. We got to show this evil. And as a movement all around the world, once it falls on the right ears, I'm telling you, it's unstoppable. Once it falls on the right ears and we really bust the scene on the world, man, just imagine that day. The revolution will not be televised. That's going to be someday, honey, when they find out that we growing all over the world and risen up against this evil. They already trying to put that Fox News out. So, that's going to be worked on right there. And when I pray, I think, I meditate, I think quietly. That's how I want you to do. I want you to think quietly, positively. Meditate your situation to God with a forgiving heart and watch how you be blessed. Just watch. Because, see, you already growing. It ain't no accident that you here. It ain't no accident that you growing. I went through everything I went through, all that oppression. Even the last few weeks that I almost lost my life. I almost let go, honey. But I knew God was working it out because the ancestors were there with me, telling me, they hold on, don't break, hold on. Working it out. I mean, they were working it out and made it happen. You won't even believe. It's all going to come out in the movie how I really got blessed. Because you won't believe it. Because I ain't never even heard of it. But it happened for me because of God. I'm telling you. So what I'm telling you, honey, hold on. Your breakthrough is coming. It's coming. I'm telling you. And when I was looking at myself in the mirror, I'm pretty. I am. I'm not conceited. I'm not stuck up. Never have been. Always have been humble. But what I want you to do, when you get off, stop listening, I want you to look in the mirror and look and see how beautiful you are. Take your fingers and run them through your real hair. Ladies, run your fingers through your real hair and see how beautiful your hair is. Because I never knew mine was this beautiful. I didn't know I had pretty hair like this because I was always covering it up because they said cover it up. Wear a wig. It don't look right. You don't look like, that ain't how you supposed to look. You're supposed to look like this. You're supposed to lighten up. Lighten your face up a little bit. Try to be light. I'm telling you, I'm going to sit out in the sun this summer and get as dark as I can. I'm going to try to get darker, because I want to be as dark as possible. I do. I want to be, because the blacker the berry. I'm already sweet, honey. So there you go. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We're going to rise over this oppression, honey. We are going to rise. I'm telling you, shoulder to shoulder, warrior to warrior, king to queen, king to king, queen to queen. We are going to rise. We are going to stand. Love drives out hate. Love drives out hate. We are not the judges of nobody's life. No matter how somebody decides to live their life. If you don't like it so much, just don't be a part of it. Just leave them alone. Let people be. Let people love. Love drives out hate. That's what drives out the hate is the love. Let's stop hating. Let's start congratulating. I love you, my brother. I love you, my sister. I love you, king. I love you, queen. I love you. Love conquers all. It does. If you would believe. That's what Prince said. He died of a broken heart. But that's what he said. He kept trying to drill it to us. In his song, Mountains. We are mountains. We are greatness. Stand in your greatness. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. I love you.